Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jennifer and today we're going to be talking about creating change. I'm just going to dive right in. A lot of the times we feel like we're stuck, like we can't do anything about our situation that, like especially when you're working your 9 to 5 jobs, like you wake up early, you go to work, you come home, you make dinner, you feed your little ones, then you gotta put them to bed, you gotta shower. I don't like all those things. And it starts to feel like redundant. Like we're doing the same thing every day and that this is our life, that this is it. Like this is my life. There's no changing it. That because I work my 9 to 5 job and I have my kids that I don't have room to change anything, or I don't have time, or like sometimes we think that because we have so much going on that we don't have time for certain things. So like for example, I this semester, like every time I start a new semester, it gets pretty hectic. Like all the time I think I have certainly goes like that's what it feels like. I just like like oh my god, like I feel like I have no time. Like my life is school, which kind of it is, my education is like my priority right now. So it's easy to start feeling like you don't have time for your health, you don't have time to make food, you don't have time for your friends, you don't have time. Like you start thinking all those stuff, or like you want to maybe eat better or exercise more, or maybe study, or like pick up a job on the side, like a side hustle, or like start your own business, or all those things, but you feel like you don't have room for it, or there's no way you can change your routine from what it is now. Like, so first thing you need to do is, or I would suggest, is open your mind up to the possibilities, to the possibility of change, to creating space, to looking at things in a different way. Open yourself up to that first, and you would be surprised. I know it sounds crazy, like Jennifer, like I know I don't have any time. Think again, telling yourself, I don't have time. I don't have time. There's no way I can add this to my schedule. There's no way I can make this change. There's no way I'm going to be stuck in this forever. Because you're not. I mean, you will be if you keep on thinking that, if you don't make moves to change what it is that you want to change, right? So like if you even want your 9 to 5, you want to get out of it, like if you're not creating the time after work, even an hour, even 20 minutes to work on that one thing, you ain't gonna go nowhere. Not really. It's gonna take a longer time. So start opening yourself to creating that space for the change in your life, and watch how the magic happens. I mean, it's crazy. Like you'll be doing something and then boom, like light bulb hits, and like write it down. Whatever your idea is, write it down, implement it, and see how it goes. Like even just like do an experiment. Like, okay, what if I did? So that's what I did. Like when I was busy, like when I was cramming a lot into like those 4 days, like going Monday, like on Mondays, I didn't even need to be at school at 6 a.m. and I was showing up at 6 a.m. or like 8 a.m., whatever, but leaving at 6 a.m. I was like, you know what? I was like, what if like this week I don't even do time blocking? I was like, what if I just kind of like do things like at a different flow and see how that goes? And like I opened myself to that change, and I realized like, wow, like I actually don't need to be going to school on on Mondays that early. Like I can have breakfast, have lunch, do my meditation. I can do my content work before school. I can plan my meals on Sundays or whatever, and like buy everything I need, even like my lunch and stuff like that. So be open to change, be open to creating that space, and get creative with your time. Like I said, like even like recently I was like, because I'm a full-time student. I still come home. I have 2 businesses on the side, going on 3. I'm working on my 3rd business right now, and I still have homework. I'm going full time, guys. That's like 5 classes, multiple assignments for each class, exams. reading, all that BS, like including attending the class itself, like that's a lot, you know. And there's other people who have families on top of this, and I'm asking you, like, and I'm telling you, you can still add more. Yes, yes, you can. So like recently, like my work right now, my next business, like requires me to have like a bigger online presence and do more work on the side, like more self-development and whatnot. And I was like, how, where the heck am I gonna get time to create content? And like I was like, okay, like I know I have time. And that's another thing, like reaffirming to yourself that there's always room for space. There's always room for space and for change, you know. You just have to be open to it. So like if I kept telling myself, damn it, I don't have any time, like fuck this, like fuck, like I can't do this. No. Stop yourself right there. And no, like there's, tell yourself there's more than enough space in my life for the things I want to pursue or the changes I want to create. So yeah, I realized I was sitting at the cafe the other day before class, and I'm like, I don't do anything for an hour. So between 6 and 8, I don't do anything. I just ride the bus and I hang out before my class starts at 8. I can definitely be creating content at that time because I definitely don't want to be doing homework. Like, and sometimes maybe if I have to study, but to be honest, like I'm still trying to wake up, and like creating content, like I can do that. I can get on my phone and do some extra work. Whenever you have like a problem or something, I would suggest writing it down. List out your ideas. I'll go deeper into this in a different video, but get creative and think about, like, even if it's not that moment, and like it's interesting, like sometimes we only think about our problems when like they're happening. So for example, like I would be eating like my $10 sandwich and be like, damn, like I really need to start meal prepping or whatever, right? But I wouldn't think about it like the night before because I already had dinner, so what the hell, like I wasn't thinking about it. So right? On a particular day, like after I was like, I've had enough, I was like, okay, like what could I bring with me to school? Like what could fit in my backpack? What wouldn't like have to be refrigerated really? And like I sound like I'm doing like a meal prep video now, but anyways, I figured out like things I could take with me for lunch that didn't even cost a lot, like tuna sandwiches and like rice bowls, whatever, like whatever you like to eat, right? But I've been making it work, and I realized I really don't even need to bring lunch with me every day. So like instead of, on Mondays I would leave early and like be at school all day, but I didn't have a class till like 3, so I was like, I can change that. Like I can stay here home like longer and like study here, have my lunch here, and then I wouldn't have to think about like what am I gonna have for dinner or whatever. So like I said, be open to change, be open, get creative, and know that there's always more than enough space. So that's my little spill on creating change, creating space for change, okay? So what I challenge you to do now is that you start reaffirming to yourself that you do have time. You have more than enough time. So that's all, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helps you create that space. Let me know if what changes come up for you down in the comments below, and I'll see y'all guys next Thursday. Bye.